Jaguars and the Philadelphia Eagles. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
On the ready. Blaster. Trouble 38.
And a flag out right away, and I believe our day will begin with a 1st and 15.
Ready,
the false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
10. Ready.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Let's go.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
Ready?
Tua going to throw. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Black shot. White. Ready.
Tua sets up to pass it. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. Well, able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the 3rd down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the first down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the first down. Excellent tackling right there.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Now the 4th-round pick out of Georgia, Zamir White. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Jones. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now Jones. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. He's got it inside the 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
On first down, Tagovailoa. He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. The Eagles at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And the Jags are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now a play fake here on first down. Jones hit, and the ball's out. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Throwing on second and long. Jones. He's got his man. It's White. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Back to throw. Jones. Another catch by White. Back-to-back plays. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jones. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Watson with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Jaguars lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and this shows on the scoreboard.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah, what's that? Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Off the play fake. Jones. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Jones. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And they're going to get this up to midfield. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. In motion goes the tight end. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be fourth down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Jones now throwing on fourth down. Dancing to his left. Completes it again to Gage. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. A big pickup of 12 yards on fourth down to keep this drive from stalling. So the fourth down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. This is White. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 5 now. Jones. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Jones. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he will have a Jaguars first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half,
pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Cameron Jordan so tough to block as he gets in there to record the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Jones, he finds Watson. It's caught. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Looking to throw. Jones. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Jones, and he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Robert Tonyan as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point good by Prater, and it's now 21-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Jaguars are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique
and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance. He's helping his team in a huge way.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a two-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
From the 29, Jones. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. He'll complete this one to Watson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball. They leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground with White. And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Real estate's been pretty hard to navigate up the middle, hasn't it? Been real tough for them to run the football.
Another example there, but when they try to bounce it outside, the numbers have been to the advantage defensively there, too.
Yeah, once they took care of the middle, that allowed those linebackers and secondary guys to run to the ball and the perimeter.
And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Prater's kick is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Here we
They've
go.
got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Looking to pass. Tua. He'll get this to Devin Singletary out of the backfield. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Let's go. Faster, faster. Ready?
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. 1st down, here's White. And he's got room. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Zamir White, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Prater for the extra point, and the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Let's go now.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the 2nd half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Well, Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. The 2 are going to try and throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. He's got a man, complete. Give him 30 yards there.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, Jones. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
And here's Edwards-Helaire. But he will not get into the end zone. And that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the pick-6 we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a 2-possession game as they control their destiny in this 4th quarter. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
68 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Jones, off play action. Finding Gray on the out route. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 28. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
Here's White. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack, and I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one, but occasionally the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly, maybe someone tipped it off, but on that play, it had no chance.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right, where you are. That's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop it. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here, so it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Tua. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Tagovailoa. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. He's got McLaurin. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it'll be a turnover on downs. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 107 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And that one carries out of the side of the end zone for a touchback, so that will come out now to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
And they will take a knee here.
Ready. Ready.
And they take a knee. Scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. I'd like to be those defensive coaches, though.